late breaking. Channel 7 News at 6 starts now.
Tonight, why State Farm Insurance has been so quick to clean out its files. State Farm is the largest insurance company in the state and the nation, calling itself, as you've heard, a good neighbor.
But tonight, State Farm is being accused of some very unneighborly conduct.
And our Dan Noyes is here now with part 3 of a joint investigation by the Channel 7 I-Team and KGO Radio into the way State Farm does its business.
Dan Terrell, some former employees tell us the company ordered them to destroy documents that could be used against State Farm in future bad faith lawsuits. Now, that accusation is backed up by internal company memos and by this videotape obtained by KGO Radio that teaches State Farm workers how to destroy documents. You might not expect a shredder to be an important tool in the insurance business, but it's important enough at State Farm that new employees are encouraged to watch this training tape about destroying documents called Buried Alive.
Sensitive or classified documents should be destroyed by shredding, pulverizing, burning.
It's part of what this internal State Farm memo calls a records destruction program.
I consider that a retention program.
An attorney for State Farm says it only makes sense to throw away documents once they're no longer needed. But this former State Farm employee tells us he was ordered to destroy some documents and to lie about the existence of others to keep them out of the hands of people who might sue the company.
Did State Farm Legal tell you not to provide documents that you did have?
Right.
They did.
Right. That's a fact.
It's against the law.
Well, you know, if, yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm an employee of the company.
In this statement, State Farm categorically denies the allegations made by Bill Diaz and says it's State Farm's policy and practice to deal properly and fairly in all legal proceedings. But there's no misunderstanding the message contained in Buried Alive.
That's Charlie. I mean, he saves everything. He's a pack rat.
The tape features the story of Charlie, an employee who retires and takes his files home. That's where a plaintiff's attorney discovers a memo that could be damaging to the company.
But how would this sound to a jury? Well, it's loaded. All it needs is a trigger.
You think they'll try to make this into a smoking gun?
Smoking gun? More like a nuclear warhead.
That isn't the way this company operates. There is no internal incentive to destroy anything or hide anything.
Why make a point of showing your employees that tape then?
Because the tape emphasizes what are standard good business practices.
But this internal company memo says it's easier to destroy a document than having to defend it, and that the purging of documents began with the increase of bad faith suits being filed against State Farm.
We had to purge everything in the computers, purge everything in their file drawers, purge everything out of home, purge everything out of everywhere. You cannot have anything to pertain to anything as far as State Farm's business, period.
Another tape from a State Farm seminar may reveal much about how State Farm views and treats those who would dare to sue the largest insurance company in the nation.
We keep plaintiffs tied up in law in motion for months. Now, it's the old mad dog defense tactic, but it works.
And former employees tell us the mad dog delaying tactics by State Farm attorneys are backed up by strong language from the staff in the field.
I was instructed by my supervisor to tell people, go ahead and sue us, we've got more money than you do. But we had already determined whether or not we thought we could beat you. If we didn't think we could beat you, we'd pay your claim.
All these accusations that the company bullies its customers, destroys documents, and hides the truth to avoid paying what it owes do not sit well with at least one former State Farm executive.
It's not the same anymore. Something's changed. It's not the same company. And it's very disturbing, very disturbing.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Is State Farm still a good neighbor?
You bet. You bet. This is a company that plays by the rules and is respected by the courts as a company that plays by the rules.
We got a call today from investigators at the State Department of Insurance asking for copies of all 3 of our reports on State Farm. And we'll keep you informed in the coming days on whatever fallout there may be. And if you have an idea for our next investigation, call us toll-free at 1-888-40-I-TEAM, 24 hours a day. Dan Taylor.
Interesting. Eye-opening.
Yeah. Very eye-opening.